and you glad that they lost, you glad that they, you know what I'm saying, didn't achieve their dreams is wild to me, bro. Like, bro, why the you mad at me? What the I do to you? Cause I find it funny how you hating on me. You need to be hating the motherfucker that took your belt. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Izzy. He trying to be funny. Like he trying to use his platform to talk shit on me.
I hate this nigga, bro. I don't even use the word hate lightly, but I hate this nigga, bro. Something about it just fucking annoys me. Like literally, I'm just trying to chill, talk like, hey man, you know we gotta get this going, man. You mean that? Like he's rapping to me. I'm like, every single time. He's just so fucking annoying. And at one point, I literally just walked away as he was talking. Retire. No, jokes.
Come on, dog. Call your therapist right now.
But that really just shows me the potential of my name and how big I'm becoming. Just like when I met his ass at the PI. And I ran up on him and was like, hey, bro, you know, I think we'd be a good ass fight. That was quiet at the time. But see, I'm man enough to come to your face. Tell me how you feel to my face, though, bro. Instead of being like a hoe, you all underneath the covers. You're like, man, I hate nigga, sweet motherfucker. Cause I don't know why you on my dick anyway. You ain't no real fighter. Little, you know, you want to be a little pretty boy. You know what I'm saying? I will give you a sample, but I don't like boy pussy. And that's 100. You can get this work any given time, bro. I can give it to you. Oh, but I forgot, you Chinese. You ain't another brother. The real African that runs that spot is DDP. You gonna try to make him like, oh, no, you a real African brother. No, DDP is. Cause he's still getting it in where he from in South Africa. But where you at? New Zealand, Australia, America. You don't know who you riding with.
He said his
Alex and Prohaska's losses. Will it affect this fight?
Will my loss to Alex and Yuri affect this fight? How would it do that?
Siz belki Azərbaycanca deyərsiniz ki,
yəni Alex və Prohaskas məğlubiyyəti, yəni növbəti döyüşə necə təsir eləyəcək?
Alex'in bir də Alex'in Prohaska məğlubiyyəti.
Yox, Hill'in Alex və Prohaskas məğlubiyyəti, yəni necə təsir eləyəcək bu döyüşə? Son döyüşdə. Yəni son iki döyüşündə məğlub olub, yəni onu demək istəyirəm.
You lost in last two fights. How it affect to you in upcoming fight?
Yəni bu döyüşə necə təsir eləyəcək?
Is it an effect?
Every fight is different. It's a new fight, so that's a weird question. That's like kind of like just like a dorky like online fan question. So like I don't really get how that would affect how I'm fighting a completely different fighter. You know what I mean? So I'm focused on what's happening on Saturday and on the task at hand for that.
Yəni ki, o döyüşlərin bu döyüşə heç bir aidiyyatı yoxdur. Çünki hər bir döyüş bu fərqli bir döyüşdür və heç bir aidiyyatı yox. Yəni ki, mən düşünmürəm bu haqqında, bu haqda.
Okay, thank you.
Like I said, my motivations are different. I don't do it for nobody else. I'm not doing it for the fanfare. I'm not doing it if anybody else give a damn. I don't care. Like I'm doing it for me and who I can become and what potential that I can reach to. I've had some great coaches. I had a great coach that a lot of people know, Robert Fallis, who passed away after my first world title fight. After I lost that fight, he killed himself. But he really believed in me, and he really believed that I could be a world champion. I was this close to getting there, and I feel like I let him down. And those are the memories that I got to carry on, that I got to keep going through with. And I got to correct and right those wrongs before I'm able to hang this up. You ain't seen me lay down my gloves in the octagon yet. Once you see that time, then you're going to see and you're going to know that I was a world champion even before they put the belt on me.
Darren Till tweeted, "People aren't getting it, and neither are some of these fighters. When I say no one will fight me or people are turning down fights, this doesn't just mean that everyone who is willing to make a name for themselves can call me out, and if I don't respond, I am scared. It has to make sense, and you have to be a pay-per-view draw. Most of you donuts who are calling me out couldn't sell out a phone box. Me and Misfits Boxing are looking for pay-per-view stars that bring in crowds and people who are willing to pay to watch me and someone else punch out of each other. So unless you are that, keep your mouth shut and you can be on the undercard if you are nice to me. Mike Perry, Nate Diaz Masvidal, Carl Froch, can we get this done with one of you? Any of you? I don't mind taking less money, being the B-side, anything. Let's just fight."
People are taking that out of context. I said maybe he fights 3 more times. Not in those exact words that I say that, but I didn't say Islam said. I'm thinking because with Habib and being involved with the father, Habib's father talking about 35 fighters should, quit at that particular time.
35?
Skills at 35. So basically, I'm just assuming that Islam would probably be thinking about retirement at that particular age. So 3 more fights. So I'm thinking, okay, 1 more fight this year. Hopefully we get that fight soon, and then 2 more fights next year, or maybe we only have 1 fight because with injuries and whatnot. So I said maybe 3. So I mean, realistically, he could have 6, 7, 8 more fights. Depends what Islam wants. It's not what coach wants. He's the driver, not me. So a lot of people took this out and they made it look like, and DC, my own guy, DC made a real good video of it and talking about the age thing, etc., etc. But DC did a really good job of it, and other people are saying, "Why are you saying he retired?" I said, "No, I'm not saying he's retired. I'm saying I'm thinking maybe this is not Islam. This is me. So I don't know. I didn't discuss it with him or anything. I've just assumed that there may be 3 fights, but it could be 6 or 7. It could be 4. It could be any amount. I don't know."
Jack Della Maddalena, maybe our fighter of the year if he gets the start.
If Jack Della Maddalena could beat, he already beat Bilal. If he could beat Islam Makhachev, he's the fighter of the year. And I don't think there's anything that can top that.
Did you watch Merab's last fight last weekend? Merab Dvalishvili and Sean O'Malley? That guy is insane. He's insane. His cardio is like something that everyone who has been involved in the sport for as long as I have is blown away by it. The guy's a freak. Just this guy from Georgia, from this, war-torn country, who is just embraces that f***ing grind at a level that nobody else can compete with. And when he gets in the ring, like, no one can match his cardio. No one can match his pace. He melts the greatest of the greats. You see guys like Umar Nurmagomedov, who's elite. He's world class. Like, in any other time, he'd be a world champion. And Merab's just overwhelming him. You see him just getting overwhelmed by the pace. And Merab doesn't even get tired.
Do you feel like he's given you that same respect in the lead up to this fight?
No, definitely not. He didn't treat with the same respect. Man, I don't know. He's been saying a lot, but the fact of the matter is we're going to find out on June 28th. Everyone knows who the real champion is.
You talk a lot about legacy. You mentioned it multiple times. What is the best way to win this fight for your legacy? Is it to knock out Ilya? Is it to submit him? Is it to dominate him for 5 rounds? What is going to be the best result for Charles Oliveira's legacy?
I just want to win. That it's meant to be. It's already written.
What's up, everybody? UFC President Dana White here to talk to you about one of the most badass fight nights of the year, happening live and free on ABC, the network, July 26th from Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. Here we go. In the main event, we have number 5 ranked Robert Whittaker taking on Reinier de Ridder. Whittaker, a former UFC middleweight champion, you all know he's been in some of the best fights in middleweight history, and now intends on being the first guy to beat de Ridder in the UFC. De Ridder is a former middleweight and light heavyweight world champion and has finished everyone he has fought in the UFC. He's coming off a win over the top prospect in the sport, Bo Nickel. If de Ridder can beat Whittaker it's very likely he'll be fighting for the #1 contender bout next. I am pumped for this fight because these guys are both killers and they always come out and deliver. In the co-main event, we have another 5-round fight between #4 ranked Movsar Evloev taking on the guy most people consider to be the top free agent in the world, Aaron Pico. Evloev is undefeated at 19-0 and one of the most intimidating guys at featherweight. Aaron Pico is a ridiculously violent striker and a very high-level grappler. Pico has had hype behind him since he was a teenager because of his skill and fighting style, which people compare him to the likes of Justin Gaethje or Dustin Poirier. If Movsar can get the victory, he will likely be the next contender for the title against Alexander Volkanovski. Expect this fight to be an absolute war. Just added, former UFC champion and #3 ranked bantamweight in the world, Petr Yan, will be taking on the very explosive Marcus McGee, who earned this fight by going 4-0 in the UFC with 3 finishes and 3 post-fight bonuses. Also, Bryce Mitchell is making a big move down to the bantamweight division and will debut against the always dangerous Saeed Nurmagomedov, the cousin of Khabib. Shara Bullet is back and will fight Marc-Andre Barriault, which should be an incredible matchup. And top-ranked light heavyweight Nikita Krylov puts his 93% finish rate against the 100% finish rate of the absolutely terrifying Bogdan Guskov. Ladies and gentlemen, live and free on ABC The Network, July 26th from Etihad Arena in Abu Dhabi. I will see you there.
I spoke to somebody very close to Jon. I spoke to one of Jon's coaches. I did say, hey, is he going to fight Tom? And he said, I think so next year. I do not think he will this year. My interpretation of that, I think what Jon is looking for is for Tom to do something else. Jon said, just go fight somebody else. You're talking about a year from now. You're talking about, I want to see Tom fight 2 or 3 more times. Will Tom be the champion 2 and 3 more? Because if we go a year from now and Tom's not, where would be the interest in seeing Jon come back? 3 fights from now, you know how rich Tom's going to be? To make believe that Tom is going to be as willing and in the same spot, it's a big risk. If you're in Jon's spot, you'd be waiting for one specific thing, which is the right time to fight Tom. But what if the champion's no longer Tom? Who, under contract, could you possibly imagine could command the kind of money that Jon is being offered, even if it's a year from now? I spoke to somebody very close to Jon. I spoke to one of Jon's coaches. I did say, hey, is he going to fight Tom? And he said, I think so next year. I do not think he will this year.
So you're telling me there's a chance?